right today. It's just been a crazy few days, everyone. So I need to still cut my zipper tape for my AnnaBelle, and I need to get my thread, but we are going to make an AnnaBelle today, and I'm very excited to share this live. So if you are working on anything or you're sewing anything, come on in and say hello. It's been a busy few days. So my name is Genevieve. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, my name is Genevieve, and this is Thunderbird Handcrafted. And I love to sew. I also love to create hand-dyed fabric, and I love our sewing community. So please do me a favor if you are going to join me tonight for this live sew of the AnnaBelle by Siah swag bags. I hope you'll give me a little thumbs up and also hit the subscribe button. Okay, so I am going to pull up my chat so I can see when anybody is hanging out. Oh, yeah, it's just been a busy couple of weeks, and I really wanted to get live today. But yesterday we went on a little adventure, my husband and I, business adventure, okay, come on. There we are. Now it's coming up. Let me just go fix something quick. And my son was home, and he needed to go home early. So, yeah, it's just been a crazy few days. We also were getting everything out from the spring pre-order, and our spring pre-order was fairly big. So it was taking us some time, but I'm here now, and we're gonna sew this AnnaBelle. I didn't bring my first one up that I made, but I have already made this bag. If you haven't already made this bag, get on board. This is an amazing bag. If any of my besties are here, I want to go over to Siah's website. I forgot to add this in the details. I'm a horrible sharer today. If anybody wants to go and just pop the link for the AnnaBelle from Siah Swag into the comments, so people, if you want to grab it today, you can. But this is such a fun, cute bag to make, and we're gonna make one inspired by Elle Woods. So I'll share what I'm using. I think I'm just going to do, I was kind of going back and forth. Do I do black or do I do white stitching? I haven't done white stitching in a very long time. You always feel like white is just white, right? But I think white on this might pop, which means I have to grab from the top. All right, so I think I'm doing white thread. I am using some of our fabrics today, so I'll share quickly what we're using. So I am using our Elle Plaid in basket weave. What did Marie say? I have the pattern, but have to make 5 kangaroo pouches for a baby wallaby. Oh, that's so adorable. But we're using our Elle Plaid in basket weave, so I think this will look really cute on the exterior. The accent vinyl that we're using, I'm pretty sure this is from Mormino. This is kind of like their patent leather black. I only had a little bit of it, but I had enough to be able to do the accent pieces that we're going to do. And I really do like this black, obviously, because I've used pretty much all of it. The interior, we are going to be using some of my hand-dyed fabric. So this is our, what did I call it? Marshmallow cloud? Pink meringue. This is pink meringue. I was looking at the clouds, and it is pink out there today. So this is our pink meringue, and we still have some of these kits left from February. I think we might have 3. So this is on a cotton sateen. I have interfaced it with a fusible fleece on the back just to give it a little bit more structure. But it's really light, and this is going to look really pretty on the interior of this. I kept thinking about Elle and how much she loves pink. But the interior is going to be this, and then the pocket will be the plaid with the accent of the black. So I did fuse my interfacing on my interior is all fusible fleece. My interfacing on the exterior, I have some of Nancy's self-adhesive fleece from Fabric Therapy for the exterior. And then also on the gusset exterior, I put a piece of Decoville light, and then also a piece of the fusible fleece from Fabric Therapy, so that it'll give it some nice structure. So that is what I'm using there. And we will be restocking. So since the pre-order is over now, we do have some cuts of the Elle plaid in a variety of different bases. We'll probably be restocking any of our print fabrics by the 20th of this month. I think that's kind of my goal, is to get through it all and get it inventoried. So the Elle plaid will be up on the website again and available with retail. But we do have Elle tags. So we have our Elle tags. We still have a few of these packs up front. We're actually going to use the pink one. This is the black one of the set. We will restock these. This is within our collaboration with the Heartwood and Hide Co. So we will restock these. They're 2 in a pack, but we're going to use the pink one tonight. As far as, let's see, hardware is concerned, we are going, here, I'll show you the pink one while I'm here. That's the pink one. It's on like the shimmery pink cork. And then hardware, I have matte black zipper pull from Georgia Girl Stitches. And then we've been considering carrying these in our shop. This is one of those, it's like a plastic chain link strap. And this is, I think, 22 inches. So it'll be a nice shoulder bag strap. So we're going to use that for the strap. And let me grab my tag, my name tag. I have a woven label in there from oh gosh, losing my mind here, losing my thoughts. The woven label subscription, what is it? Oh my gosh, you guys know it, I'm sure. So we have that. We're gonna sew this on my Sailrite Fabricator, which is Gertie. This is my Gertie girl. And so we'll be sewing it on that this evening. I'm usually not a late night sewist. I know it's only 6 o'clock here, but this is late night for me. So we'll see how this goes. But my husband, DJ, just went over to the cemetery. He had some things he needed to do over there. He's a cemetery caretaker. And I promised everybody I would do this today, and I really do want to sew. I feel like with everything going on in life and the world, I need a good sew session, you guys. So let's cross our fingers and say a prayer that everything goes well. Yeah, we've been just really busy preparing for this time of year. It progressively starts getting busier for us, just because we're moving towards dye season. And as we get closer to dye season, it's always like, oh, gotta have this prepared, gotta have this prepared. And then when things interrupt the preparedness, that makes it even harder. So we had a couple little interruptions to the plans. So that's not fun. Oh, come on. All right, I need to make a bobbin. Can't remember, I think this was a 1 bobbin bag. But I think this bag will definitely be a seller at shows this year. It's also, I think it's like, well, I just cut everything out and interfaced it, and it took about an hour for me to do that. Less than an hour, probably. You know, you could definitely spend a day cutting and prepping and then pump these gals out in no time. And it is really the very on trend silhouette for the season. All right, I'm gonna be a little loud here. We're gonna make a bobbin. Tulip pink hardware would be cool with this. I agree. Yeah, I haven't got any of that yet. Okay, I had my little scissors over here, and I'm wondering. There it is. Yeah, I haven't got any of that yet. Oh, and I need to cut my zipper. I'm like realizing how much my eyesight has changed. I'm pretty sure this year when I go for glasses, it's gonna be bifocal time. All right, I need to oil my machine quick. I'm so glad that we're like on the uptick. Next weekend we change the clocks. We made it. We made it through winter, you guys. I know in the opposite hemisphere it's not the same. But here in Pennsylvania, I have to tell you, the last couple days we've had like 3 days where the sun was out even if it was cold, and it's like so refreshing because Pennsylvania has so many gray sky days in the wintertime. It's ugh. All right, let me oil this before I forget, and then I'm gonna cut that zipper because Gertie likes her oil. Okay. Sorry if my head's right at you guys. All right, so she's oiled. I'm gonna take you guys down here while I get the zipper tape cut. Is that good? I'm gonna try to like move the light. Maybe we can the light get different? No, I think that's the brightest it's gonna get. Okay, let me grab my zipper tape. Okay, I think that is everything then. Get our instruccionos. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this piece made for the gusset. So this here needs need to find our centers. We stopped at Joann's today. Hey, April. April, would you do me a favor? And would you go over to Siah's website and just copy the link for the AnnaBelle so that I forgot to throw it in the details. I'll do it afterwards, but at least for now, for people to be able to, oh, you're not an admin. I guess I have to do it. It won't let other people do it if you're not an admin. Let me go grab it quick because I'll feel bad if I don't do that. Let's see, AnnaBelle. There we go. Yeah, I'll make you a moderator going forward, Chicky Poo. All right. I'm going to just draw a line down the center here so that I can lay my double-sided tape. Yeah, we had so many orders to pack. We spent all day Friday packing orders from the spring pre-order. And then, like I said yesterday, we went on a little adventure. And then it's just been, like I said, trying to get everything organized for the summer when it's time to dye fabric. All right, finding all of my stuff. It's been so long since I sat here to sew, I feel like a fish out of water. It's so fun, isn't it? I saw yours is so good. I can't wait for you to show everybody yours. Yeah, it is a fun pattern. It's, I told you, it's like it comes together really fun, really quick. It's not hard. She did a good job, Siah. The first one I made of these, I'll have to go down, it's downstairs. I didn't use like, not as thick vinyl for this piece. I used some from Wonderground, that it's like a domestic weight vinyl, and that worked really great too, like to make the handle. So just a thought for y'all if you're wanting to make this. It was like a, I don't know how to explain it, like a iridescent vinyl from Gabby from Wonderground Fabrics. Also, you know, probably to make this domestic friendly, cork would probably be, you know, some thinner cork. Do I ever do online classes on how to dye fabric? So I do have a recorded video from way back for Shimbori, for indigo. I haven't ever done it. The problem with that, for the way I dye fabric, is it takes multiple days. So I could maybe figure out how to do an online workshop for that. But since you're bringing that up, we are starting to do online workshops. So if you go to my website, thunderbirdhandcrafted.com, on the main page at the very top, next weekend actually, it'll be a 2-day workshop on trends, how to discover what trends are happening or going to happen, especially if you have a handmade business. This is a really great class. I taught it last year at Sewcation in Vegas. And it's a class to just really help you to plan out what you're making. We go over a little bit of color theory, which is always helpful, so you know like what goes with what. And I'm going to teach you how to build out an entire strategy based off of the trends that you want to follow, you know. And you know, trends repeat themselves. So I'm just going to share some things I learned working in the fashion industry that I use in my business in multiple ways. And so we're going to do that one for free. And then we are planning a caftan slash summer cover-up muumuu class. And you won't need a serger. You can use a domestic machine. All right, so I'm gonna find my centers on this. But this summer, if you follow me over on Instagram, which maybe I'll do some of it here, we're kind of figuring out how we're gonna do recording outdoors this year. But I usually do washouts, live washouts on my Instagram in the summertime, like when I'm washing out fabric. So feel free to join us for that. All right, I need to find my center of this. Like I said, I feel like I'm a fish out of water. I'm like, where's all my stuff? Where do I put everything? All right, I'm just gonna find my center here. So, be here. Okay. Yeah, I'm working on it. Okay, so now this here part, the last one I did, so this is, I'm kind of doing some things a little different. I have these little rings. Hopefully they're gonna be too small. Let me go see. I think these are good. This is how I'm attaching. I have these to attach to this. So let me add these to this while I'm thinking about it. And let me look. I'm pretty sure I have matte black D-rings. Okay. There are a lot of people to follow to learn different dye techniques. So definitely, you know, watch for those. Okay. All right. What do I want to do? I have these. I have those. I feel like the black ones are, those are way too big. These would be all right. Yeah, those would be okay. They're kind of big though. This might work and give it a little bit more length though. I think I'm gonna do those. Let's do those. All right. I was thinking about doing, because I've been trying to think, I'd like to share more dyeing on here, but one of them I thought about sharing is like flower press dyeing. So, because that's a little bit easier as far as supplies. The biggest thing about dyeing fabric, you guys, is the supplies. The amount, like you're spending so much money on supplies for your bag making. Buying all the supplies to dye fabric is like this whole other thing. So, like I said, I don't mind teaching it, but I try to find ones that are easier, you know, like the indigo, the shambori is easier. to kind of start with, because it doesn't take as much as what, you don't need as much stuff. And nothing I'm doing is like a secret, just so you guys know. You can, there's plenty, like I said, there's plenty of people who teach it online. Just putting a piece of double-sided tape over this till I did try tie-dye with some berries, grapes, and nuts, but wanna know proper way. Well, natural dye technique, what's hard about natural dyeing is every different type of product, right? But you love me, Mary Lou, I love you too. Hey, Gail. So the thing about natural dyeing is each different type of end item, so like your berries, your nuts, your grapes, whatever it might be, require a different type of chemical, I'm quoting, putting quotations around it, chemical, that create the reaction for it to adhere to your fabric. The other big thing is finding a supplier, and I encourage you to look for somebody local that has raw fabric that has not had any type of chemical wash, because most fabrics, if you buy them online, even at Joann's, have had some type of chemical put on them. So it is very difficult to find the stuff that works. So it's, and also learning what your water is like. That's another big factor. Learning how hard or soft your water is. So it's, I did not, like what I'm doing today is, so 2017. So it's almost a 10-year journey of, you know, what I've been learning myself. I'm just testing my tension here and seeing how things look. Well, looking all right. Okay, so I am going to go across here. I think I'm going to, I think it'll be probably like 3 stitches, 2 stitches, 3 stitches, 3. Come on, what are you doing? There we go. Let's make this happen here. All right. So yeah, it's definitely, it's a learning journey. And I will say that natural dyeing can be a little harder. If you want to do natural dyeing, I would highly suggest starting with indigo, because it's the, I'm not going to say it's the easiest one, but it is probably the best starter natural dye technique, and less investment than pretty much all of them. Like, you're really only going to need soda ash your water and the indigo. If your water is really soft, you might need some lye to add to your water. In that video that I share, though, I do share, I think, I'm pretty sure I share everything in that video. Okay. Pull this through. Oh, I see what was going on here. This one was pulling down under here. Okay. So what is everybody else working on? All right, there's, I guess that I'm just gonna find my center here on this portion. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside for now. And what's next? My slip pocket, I want to do that quick. Where's my slip pocket? Here. All right, so I do have a woven label that I'm going to throw in here. Just going to fold this over the top. So I'm going to put double-sided tape on both sides. Oh, I really needed this, you guys. Just really had a hard past 2 weeks. Anybody else struggling? I've been on the struggle bus. And nothing crazy. It's just I feel I'm a little burnt out from just everything. I'm glad. I'm like this week I feel like I'm a little behind on stuff I should have had done, but I think that I'm gonna really focus this week on taking it a little bit easier than what I have been. Like there's really no need for me to be rushing through anything. So, okay, I'm going to clip this off at the end here, and I'm going to put some clips on here just to hold it in place for me. I feel like I'm also very excited about just the time changing and the weather changing. We're going to be planting a pretty big garden this year. We got all of our seeds. Now we're going to sit down with the Farmer's Almanac and kind of get an idea of when we need to pre-plant what for our seedlings. So it's been a long time since we had a full garden. We've had like my porch garden. I've had pretty much every year, like tomatoes and maybe a strawberry plant or two. But this year my mother-in-law she's retired, And so she wants to do a decent size one. So, and also my daughter is coming home, and she loves to garden. So. It'll be nice to just get outdoors again. I'm missing it. So there's my slip pocket. I haven't talked, you know, Katie and Jade, so Katie is getting ready to do Wingo. So I don't know if we'll be doing a Bob and Buddies. Hey there, how are you doing? Hollow Bag Creations. Am I correct? Your name is Nicole. I want to say that your name is Nicole, but my brain could have just stored that, and I don't know. How are you doing? Nikki. Well, I was close. Awesome. All right. So we're going to grab, I need my zipper panels. So I have my exterior and my interior and my zipper. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to fold this down the side. Nikki, I really want to make your wallet with the wings to match my How to Train Your Dragon bag before the movie comes out. It won't be long. I'm going to Lindsay's retreat in April, so that'll be here before we know it. That'll be a nice break. We'll get to see people and engage. I think that's like one of the hardest things being a business owner, especially in the winter where I live, is you're very isolated. So I feel like I've been very isolated. I didn't know there was a new one coming out. A new, well, the new How to Train Your Dragon. It's a live action How to Train Your Dragon. It's so exciting. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. That's why we designed the fabric to go with it, because I was like, oh, it's going to be so good. It looks, you know, sometimes live actions, you know, you're not sure if it's going to go well. This one, I feel like it's going to live up to the hype of it. So, I'm excited. We went, my son and my husband and I, last weekend, we went to see Captain America, the new one. And it was really good. And they had another like trailer for How to Train Your Dragon. I also want to get to Florida maybe by the end of the year to see the new park, because they have flying dragons, like actual flying dragons. They're, oh gosh, now I'm forgetting. They're drones, but they're dragons, which is just amazing to me that this is the period I live in. That's the type of stuff I like, knowing that I live in the time period of. I went to the retreat in the fall, and it was so much fun. Oh, Tanya, I wish I would have been there in the fall. It was just not at the right time. I think I had just done Florida's vacation, right? It was kind of around that same time. I do plan on being in Florida at some point towards the fall. Just need to iron out dates and stuff like that. But yeah, so good. The new Captain America was pretty good. I'm glad we went to see it in the theater. My kids, especially my son, you know, definitely Marvel was a lot of what he watched growing up. So I feel like we as parents, we also were sucked in. So it was good to kind of like get in the theater and watch a movie you know, like as a family, right? Even though my daughter wasn't here, but so it was fun. We went to one of those dine-in theaters where like you can order your food beforehand and then they bring it to your seat. I don't know if you guys have them near you, but it's probably like, it's about a 45-minute drive for us to get to Reading. And that's where this theater is. It's where I went to see Wicked there too with my best friend. The food is like, you know, basic, but it was a nice night out, and we don't treat ourselves to that sort of stuff very often. So that was fun. So I did go to Joann's earlier today. It is such a great experience. Next time I go, I think I'm not going to get like dinner there. I think I'm just gonna get like, they have those crazy Sundays, you know, like that are like crazy, you know. And I feel like it would be a meal in itself. So I think the next time we go, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going, oh, and this isn't gonna work. I'm gonna have to put double-sided tape there too. Wonderful. Because I did interface, because this zipper placket is like really structured, I put Decoville Light on my basket weave because I feel like it makes it more like a vinyl. Let me see if I can peel this. Ugh, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm gonna have to use 2 pieces. So, oh, that one's staying down. All right. So if you like our basket weave and you want to make it kind of like vinyl, that's what I suggest. Put a piece of Decoville Light as you're interfacing. If your machine will handle it going like through your machine, which my Sailrite will, you know, you can keep it in your seam allowance if you really need something structured. It does really help. But if your machine won't handle that, because the basket weave is fairly thick, just cut it out of your seam allowances. What was I saying? I was going to say something else about, oh, Joann's. I was going to say something about Joann's. So I went to Joann's yesterday, but in a different area of Pennsylvania. I went to a, not my normal Joann's I went to. It was just on our way home, and I was like, hey, there's Joann's nearby. Let's stop. So I went to this Joann's, and they were doing, at that Joann's, they were doing, if you bought a whole bolt of fabric, right? Because right now the discounts are like 25% off, and, you know, we all know the discounts are going to get more, but, I mean, I couldn't believe how much stuff is picked out already. You guys who crochet and knit, holy smokes. I mean, there's like no yarn at all at both the Joann's I was at this weekend. No yarn, none. But the fabric that the one I was at yesterday, they were, and it was a decent size Joann's, pretty much as big as the one that is closer to me. And they were doing, if you bought the whole bolt, because it was like 20% off or 30% off were most of the discounts, like somewhere between there, you got an additional 15% off if you bought the whole bolt. Right? So today I thought, when I was down there, because I went there to look about getting that Ditto projector thing that they have, well, it said $200 on the website, but they're not honoring any of the pricing that is on the website. They're not honoring any of it because they're no longer a part of Joann's. They're part of this liquidation company. I didn't know this, but I thought for $200, an $800 thing, I would give it a try. Since then, I've discovered it probably wasn't what I wanted to do, so I'm not doing it. But anyways, I thought, well, I'll grab some of the fabrics that I got yesterday at the other one, and I'll just buy the whole bolt. Yep, the one I was at today, closer to me, said they're not doing that. The yarn, Tanya, I'm telling you, yarn girls are, they're wild. They're more wild than we are, I guess. But anyways, the girl at the cutting counter said to me, she goes, yeah, that certain Joanns are having different, this is what's going to make it, like, this could make me go crazy. Different Joanns will have different deals. So it kind of makes me want to, like, look how many Joanns there are in, like, a 50-mile radius of my house. And make a plan this week to go and see. This could get crazy, everybody. Could get crazy. But yeah, the yarn people. And Tanya, I don't know, did you look at like embroidery floss? Because that was also gone at both of them that I was at today. Embroidery, well, this weekend. Embroidery girls were out in force already. I mean, I knew that like interfacing and stuff would probably already be like the good stuff would already be swiped up, right? Like I figured that. But I was like, when I saw it, because I was going to grab some yarn for my daughter of the stuff she likes. And it was like, nope. Forget it. You found some embroidery stabilizer and Peltex, which surprised me as the other one didn't have any left. Yep. Yeah, no, like I said, for the most part, and like I said, the only reason I got the bolts that I got yesterday was because it was 25% off. Some of it was 25, some of it was 30, and then if I bought the whole bolt, they gave me additional 15. So to me, that was a deal. But just regularly 25% off, like, I mean, that's not, I mean, it's a savings, but it's not like closeout savings, right? So, I mean, from what I've read, they're open till May. And, you know, obviously, I guess things will get more discounted as we go, but I mean, they may have, this is the other thing, they may have warehouses someplace that are storing stuff. So, you know, they might refill some shelves. Because if they're saying they're going to be there till May, they're going to be open till May. Like, I mean, especially the one I was at today, they had fabric for sure. But like, perhaps they have other things, you know? But we'll see. I feel bad for the people who work there, you know? I feel bad for us because there were occasions, like just recently, I didn't have a solid stretch, and I was making that sweater for my daughter. And it was nice to just go and like grab what I needed to finish that project. But when you see that it's so full right away right now, it really just makes you wonder, like, one, they most likely were not doing a very good job managing their business. And two, like, marketing wise, right? Like, I feel like it was like failed marketing. I do think who it's really going to affect is, so there was a woman behind me who had a wedding dress that she was trying to match some fabric to. And I think that all of those like kind of like, what do we, party wear or formal wear fabrics. I think you're still gonna be able to get them obviously online, but I also think it's just gonna be a lot harder for people to do that stuff on their own without going someplace that has fabrics. You know, like if I really, really wanted those types of fabrics, I could go to New York City and go to the fashion district and get it. But like for people who are making gowns or anything like that, I think those fabrics are going to be the ones you're not going to see places. Debbie said, my store had a sign that they were getting more inventory as the warehouses are emptied. Yeah, I think it would make sense that there's going to be, if the store is close enough to like a warehouse, I think some stores are going to get replenished. And maybe that's why my store that I was at today said that they weren't doing the bolt thing. So I don't know, but Tanya says, I don't know this for sure, but I feel like they hired a bunch of employees because most of the stores around here were down to 2 people working, and today there was at least 6. Yeah, I mean, I think they probably did hire a temp, like they probably did do temps for this, because yeah, I think, I'm trying to see how many people were there. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at mine today. And yesterday, there were a fair amount. But, you know, they might have had that many people that were on the books, too, but just didn't give them the hours, you know? Like, who knows? I mean, I never worked for Joann's, but it definitely was hopping. Both places, yesterday and today. Make sure I'm grabbing my zipper here. Oh, my husband's making spaghetti. It smells so good, you guys. It always smells better when you're not the one cooking it, you know? Nikki said they may have taken on a few just to make the shutdown move more slowly. Maybe seasonal employees, temp workers. Yeah, glad to see that you're not the only one who does a 3mm construction stitch. Everyone I know does 4 and 5. Oh, I go down, girl. Yeah, I mean, I feel like my Sailrite, if I do a little bit bigger than that, I found that I can see my stitches. So, you know, I guess if you can't see your stitches, you do you, boo-boo, right? But I find if I do bigger than that for construction, especially like at a gusset or something, I'll see it. So, and that's also my tension probably, but again, every machine is different. I like her to be snug. And I do a 5 top stitch. I know not a lot of people do 5 top stitch though too. Yeah, we have some good stuff planned for the spring. It's just our pre-order was bigger than what we expected, which is not a bad thing, you guys. But it took longer than what we anticipated to get it out to everybody. So I'm like behind. Come on, a little hump here. I'm kind of behind on my own personal like planning. That's the thing when you run your own business. I'm the web designer, I'm the marketer. I'm all the things. Okay, so we have that done. Put my zipper on it. I got these really cute zippers from Joy over at Georgia Girl Stitches that have the little heart in them. I'm pretty sure they're from her. But they're really cute, and they're really like nice, like weight. So that's what I'm using on this one. You do a 5 top stitch, 6, yep. Yeah, I like it. I feel like it pops nicely. So Kelly said the line to check out was so long that we started sweeping the floors and picking up trash, so the liquidator told the gals to only charge us 20. Aww. Hey, that works. Yeah, the line at the one I was at today was pretty long. Yesterday they were pretty fast. They had they had 1, 2, 3. They had 4 cutters at the place I was at yesterday. Where I was at today, they only had 2 at first. Then they put a 3rd person in. Then it, but I feel like I got in line like kind of at the right time because it was pretty long behind me. Okay. Next. Oh, I forgot that she separated those, but that's okay. All right, now I need these little babies, these little beauties, and I need my tags. And so I just got, you guys, I don't know if you follow Jade and Chris from the Heart Wouldn't Hide. I got from them the entire, especially if you're in their tagline subscription, I would definitely recommend grabbing this. These are their templates for all the different tags to make your frames for them. So you can match up your tag to it, and then you have a perfect frame. So definitely those, I'm so excited that they did that because I'm horrible at like making sure that this is cut straight. All right, and I want some foam to throw in there for a puffy tag. Nikki's, I'm behind on everything. No way I could sell supplies though, because that's too much for me to take on. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we definitely, one of the things I think is going to change after this pre-order, it really like kind of, because we have grown, and I'm not upset about growing, but I do feel like I mean, the dyed fabric is the main thing. Like, that's what I love to do. You know, it's why this whole thing started. And I do feel like there's some other things I would like to do than just be a print fabric business. And I feel like this last time, I think that's why I'm a little burnt out. I feel like I felt like that was the only thing I could focus on. Not that I'm not complaining. I just want everybody to know who purchased from us. I'm not complaining. It just made me think about, like, how much of that do I want to do versus, you know, the dyed or, you know, other art fabric things. So it kind of has us thinking about, you know, like, how do things look going forward. So, because I need to be able to have a life, you know, outside of work. And my dog, like, it's just a long time ago, because I have the tendency to become a workaholic. So does my husband. You know, I left that type of lifestyle so that I could just have a different life. So we're debating, you know, what comes next. I think we'll still do print fabric, but I think we're gonna do shorter pre-orders, like shorter lengths of times, and I think we might not offer all of the bases that we offer right now, because that is really what makes it a lot, is organizing all the different bases and then making sure we have the right cuts of different bases and the right prints, the number of prints. So I think we might do shorter pre-orders, kind of like what we did right before the holidays. We did the one with the corduroy and the denim and the Kona, where it was like we had 5 different designs or 4 different designs you could choose from. I think it was like the Wicked and the 2 Aurora designs. That one felt like it went really well. Everybody was really excited about it, and we did well at it. But it was like manageable when it came to like cut, because we cut everything. So what is the term, have a life? Yeah, right. When you run your own business, it is, and like I said, I know running your own business is a 24/7. It's another child. And I enjoy that, but I feel like when you choose to do something, it needs to bring you joy. And there were moments in the past 2 weeks where I was like, just asking myself, is this really bringing me joy? Is this, so, and that's such a privilege to have that thought, you know? And we're not rich by any means, you guys. I think it's just choices, right? And I really enjoy building community with everybody. So, like, I guess I want to find more ways to do that than necessarily be standing behind a fabric cutter, right? So that's why we're going to start doing these classes, because I love to teach. And I do think that we're going to find that people aren't traveling as much over the next couple months. So I think online will be good. But I feel like I want to spend time building more community with people. That's where I like enjoy things, and I feel like I'm kind of okay, good at it. So like last week when we were doing all that cutting and everything and working on the pre-order, I had like no desire to sew, and I was like, ugh, I don't want that. I want to be with my fabric, and I want to sew, you know? I'm glad I chose to do the white thread. It makes it pop. Because at the end of the day, I'm a designer. So, you know, like, I'm an artist. I'm not a production worker. And I know this about myself. All right, so that tag is on. Nikki, I couldn't do what you do with designing bags. Like, I've thought about creating patterns, and the thought of learning more about Photoshop or Adobe does not, every time I've like thought about doing it, I'm just like, no, my brain knows enough about this. I don't need to know those other things. Because I've been really thinking, like, maybe I could collaborate with pattern makers to either do like I did with the dyed fabric, or, you know, maybe we have some type of accessory or something that we're going to come out with. But yeah, the thought of designing a pattern comes into my head, and then it immediately, I say to myself, nope. Okay, so that's all the interfacing I'm doing with it, but look how cute. Let me turn this. I'm sorry, my lighting is horrible, but look how cute that tag is on this plaid. Oh, it's adorable. It's adorable. I have ideas in my head, Nikki, of like, oh, I need to add my little accents first. Crap, I'm gonna have that sticky crap on there. I'm gonna have to clean my needle. Maybe Nikki, we could collaborate sometime, because I do have ideas in my head for things as far as like bag trends that are coming out. But Nikki, the class that I'm doing next weekend, not if you don't, not that you have all the time, but it might be a good class for you, because basically what I'm teaching is stuff that I learned working in ethical fashion, working with a designer, on how to, you know, because working in fashion, you know, they're planning not this coming Christmas, they're planning the following Christmas. So like to plan things that far in advance. I think before I knew how they did it, I was always like, how do they know what is even like going to be in? So like what people are going to be like, oh, I like that. That's on trend. Or that's similar to something that I like, right? I was always like, but they have tricks. They have tricks. So I'm going to share some of those tricks in the workshop. I feel like I have too much stuff at me here. Ooh, yeah, this makes this pop. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, very nice. Oh yeah, instructions. Well, that's also something that I've thought of, is like writing it all out then too. So Nikki, I feel like, so this is the thing. I love fashion. My dad was a fashion designer when I was little, and I modeled when I was little. You remember Wilson Athletics? My dad was one of their designers. And one of my favorite outfits I ever modeled for Wilson Athletics was this denim. It was like a denim outfit. It had a denim jacket, it had denim jean pants, and then it had like a button-down shirt. But the denim outfit had like rips and holes all over it, but just little ones. And underneath it, there was this cotton woven fabric of Dennis the Menace comic, and the button-down shirt was like a collared Dennis the Menace thing. It was super cute. Anyways, I think that's where my love of fashion came from. And I used to draw stuff in like notebooks all the time too, saying I was going to be a fashion designer. But then like sewing was never something I fell in love with as a kid. I don't know why. I never asked anybody to teach me how to sew. It wasn't until my kids were born that I was like, oh, I want to sew. But I think I'm not super fashion forward, but I'm addicted to like how it works. I don't know if that makes sense, but when I worked in ethical fashion and like got to learn the whole process and the strategy, that's probably what it is. I'm addicted to the strategy behind it. That was really cool to learn. So, I mean, I use it in my business right now for a variety of different things. But I feel especially for people, bag designers, so people who are designing patterns, I think it would be a great skill to know because you kind of can get your ideas laid out. So the hardest thing for me as an entrepreneur is I like to squirrel off. So if I have it planned, it's easier to not squirrel off somewhere. I think that's creative people in general. But if you are someone who has a handmade business, like to do shows or you sell online your stuff, it's a really good like process to learn because it can help you narrow your focus and not be all over the place. I think that's the nicest thing about it is you create a strategy for yourself. You learn the techniques and the tricks. And then once you know that, you can recycle it over and over again, and have it work for you. So that is, and that's why I thought everybody that took my class in Vegas was like, I love teaching because people are like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. Or like, it's almost like you have a couple like duh moments because it's kind of like right out there for everybody to see, but people don't pay attention to it. And then I also share tools like things online that you can use. So if you sign up, like I said, it's on my front page of my website, and then you'll get an email that tells you like some supplies to get. It's not a whole lot. It's not a lot of supplies. And you don't have to buy any of it from me. It's like go to the grocery store. It's not a lot. And there's a downloadable workbook that will go over, and then you have that going forward, and it's all free. I'm going to post it for free for 30 days. And then after that, I'll put it on my website as a way to like sign up. And like I said, we're gonna do other workshops. So we'll start. I think that's like kind of also the direction I want to go, is that we have the kit for the workshop, and you can get the fabric. You can choose what print you want, and then we'll meet online for the workshop. We'll do it together. Maybe I can do some type of dyed. We could probably do indigo that way. I could ship indigo kits and do it online. It's just so hard with like not knowing. Well, I could send a pH test for you to test your water. But yeah. I love talking about it. I geek out about it. So. Oh, I hope you can make it live too. Yeah, spring break is happening soon, I know. But hopefully, like I said, it will be there for 30 days. So if you need to watch the replay, and I'm going to try to be like really specific to keep it to the length of that it is. I'm going to not go over. We're going to try to keep, I think Sunday, you know, depending if people have discussion or questions on Sunday, it might go a little longer. But Sunday has the potential to be like finished with the actual workshop early, and then just have time to answer people's questions. So Saturday will be the one where we kind of get in the nitty gritty and go through the workbook. I'll show you the different sites that I use and the different tools that I have that I use. And I was just really thinking about the workshops because I can't. Last year I went to Vegas, Socation, which is in the summertime, and I just really cannot leave in the summer. Actually, we're feeling the effects of Vegas Socation now with my dyed fabric. So if you were at the launch last night for the Tiger Lily dyed fabric, I usually have anywhere from like 30 to 40 pieces of dyed fabric. And for some reason, and this is like when I was away, or right when I came back, I only dyed like 20 pieces for, well, last month. So February, March, April, and May. For some reason, I only dyed 20 pieces. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what happened. If it was like a mix-up with my kids, because my kids were processing fabric before I dyed it. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. And then when we were ironing it, I was like, I don't have a normal batch of fabric. Why don't I have a normal batch of fabric? And that was like right when I came back from, it kind of just interrupted my creative process. So summer times, I can't go away. So I think I'm gonna do these online classes, like try to do one a month. And they'll be live classes, but they'll be recorded. So maybe we'll do some pre-recorded ones, but I like doing live because I like talking to all of you. Okay, so there's that. Let me put this on the back. My son's spring break is not next weekend. My daughter's is next weekend, but she's not coming home. It's her senior year, so she's staying to finish her capstone, her senior project. So and she graduates in May. Oh my gosh. It's crazy how fast time goes. All right, so there's that. I think now we put our exterior together. Okay, so we have this piece, and oh, we're not putting our zipper on yet. We're separating it. Let me find my center here of my zipper. And I want to do my garden this summer, so I feel like it's just not meant to be. Now, I want my Elwoods to be on the front, so let me think about this. which direction she needs to be. Yeah, because this would be, yeah, so it's going to be this one, right? Oy vey, maybe not. If I have it on like this, nope, then this one's going to go over here. This one. Anybody else do this? This one's gonna go here. Okay. And now we just need to clip it. That is something I actually got today at Joann's on sale. I bought ball jars. They're in like the glass container area. And I think they were 30% off, which was a deal. They only had one case of them left. But we have a bunch that we got from a friend that were like his grandmother's. Okay, what's my seam allowance here before I screw this up? I think I'm just basting it on, right? Base, yeah. Because we always do our spaghetti sauce every year. But this year, since we're going to do the garden, we're probably going to do more. So I grabbed those. We ordered like actual strawberry plants this year, and it's like a layered strawberry container. So I'm excited to see how that does. So maybe I'll make jam this year. That'll be fun. Do you guys want us to share some of that? Which one is the front? This one. This one is the front. Yeah. And because when I hold it, when I wear it, yeah, the zipper will be towards the back. Yeah. We're good. We're good. I'm pretty sure we're good. Right? Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. It's the other way around. Well, Tanya, you're correct. But if I'm holding it like this, that's the way I would want it, right? It doesn't matter which is the front, which is the back, right? I feel like, yeah, because it will close towards the front. That's how I want to wear it, like this. Yeah, yeah, that's what we want. That's what I want. Oh my gosh, the spaghetti smells so good, you guys. Anybody watching anything good on TV? My husband and I, we've been watching that, oh gosh, I'm gonna forget what it's called. It's on Hulu, and it's with Sterling K. Brown, where he's a Secret Service agent. Oh, I'm gonna forget it again. It's really good. And I heard it was picked up for a second season. feel like that's something too I want to do this week, is I want to have a couple nights where I'm just like couch veg working, because I haven't had that in a while, and I actually do need to do that because I have to work on marketing stuff for the next couple months. But so tell me some good shows you've been watching. Have that part done. Oh, I need to put my rivets on, and then I can. All right, let me get my rivets on this gusset area. What rivets do I need? Oh, I do have matte black now, I think. Do I have matte black? I want to say I'm excited for the last season of The Handmaid's Tale. I don't know. I don't know if the climate makes me excited for the last season. But that is one that my husband and I watched together too. I know The Witcher is coming out again, but it's not Henry. So there's feelings there. These rivets added to that area where your strap connects to everything. Those little bows that Siah has, are those rivets? I've seen it, people use them. Or are they like, I don't know, what do you call them, like butterfly clasps? Because that would have looked really cute on this bag with the plaid. Okay. Oh gosh, you guys had a nice view of my butt. We're as professional as it gets here. We enjoyed Juror number 2, which is a movie. Oh, you didn't sew much during it. What is that on? Skeleton Crew on Disney was good. If you like Star Wars. My son does, so I will definitely save that for one with my son. Him and I watch Star Wars stuff together. And I guess the new Stranger Things comes out too sometime soon. I should rewatch some of that. I watched a lot of it with my kids. That was my daughter. My daughter really likes Stranger Things. Okay, so here, I'm just gonna put some little, and if you want to use a stapler here, you can. I find the basket weave, the stapler is great with the basket weave. But if you put some little clips there, it's not necessary really. Oh guys, this is gonna look so cool. I'm excited. Okay. Drawer is on Prime. All right, I'll have to look. I'm glad, Nikki. I'm kind of in the season of my life where I'm like, it's all earned. It's all been earned. That's another reason I feel like last week, the last 2 weeks with kind of looking at our business and stuff, like I like doing a lot of different things during the day, and I feel like with the print fabric you end up doing like a lot of the same things, right? I don't know. Like I said, my brain is like, what do you want, Jenna? Season. All right, so now we are going to .3/8". That's right, this was a 3/8 inch, and that was one of the reasons I liked it. Okay. We do have some new tags coming. Jade and I, a couple weeks ago, I think she just shipped them actually. So they'll be debuting in the next month or so, once we get them all packaged up and on the website. But we designed some really good ones together, so that's exciting. We also have some new we have new charm sets that released yesterday. A fantasy romance charm set and a fairy tale charm set. The fantasy romance has a dragon and a dagger. What else is in that one? A mask, you know, like a masquerade mask. And then one of the designs, one of the acrylic charms that Jade designed. And then the fairy tale one has a fairy, a book, a carriage, and another castle acrylic charm that Jade designed. And today is the last day. If you have the Siah swag calendar, I extended the charms code that we had for last month through this weekend. So today is the last day to use that. And then we also, our new dynamic fabric kit is Dr. Seuss themed. It's so good. One of my favorite Dr. Seuss books is The Lorax. So colors are bright and summery, so you could use them for the dyed fabric. Is sunny orange and like fun red color. So, and then there's also a magnetic bookmark in that kit that I worked with one of my local teacher friends. She does them. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. It's going to be so L. All right. The F's start to run out really fast. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like every year. And now that I'm in my 40s, there is none. Nikki. Yeah. Now that I'm in my 40s, there truly is none. I have other things to think about. Not that I don't feel like I want to be fit. So I need to premise that. And I know I'm not super fit right now, but that's also part of it. Like I, want to walk Apollo more, and there's just, when you grow, there's growing pains, and that's a good time to decide, is this really what you want? Because it gives you, when you're growing like that, it gives you the time to kind of transition a bit. So the print fabric won't go away. We need to find a way that I don't go crazy. But everybody's spring pre-order was sent out, so people should start getting them soon, which is exciting, because that's the part I really love. Like, I love seeing what everybody makes then. This really is the perfect style little bag for right now. I said to DJ too, like, we used to do a lot of hiking and stuff, and we really just haven't done that in ages, because we've just gotten so busy with building the business, and we want to build the studio, and like, we want to have the work, right? But at the same time, you're not getting any younger. Do the things you enjoy doing, right? So need to make more time for the stuff that has nothing to do with work too, right? I know there is no balance. That's not, I feel like it's just what's the priority for right now. Seasons. It's the only thing about right here. There we go. Oh, my father-in-law is home. Ooh, that was not good. It hit my light and gave me a wonky. There we go. Now the lining. Can we turn this right side out? I think we do. I think I trimmed trimmed my first one down. Yeah, I trimmed my first one down except for at the top and like folded those over. Just looking at my seams here. Okay. Turn her around. Yeah, we see that. I mean, there are gyms not far from here, but to me, we have a rower, and we just need to do it. Like it's kind of like the Peloton, but it's a rower system. It's called the Hydro, and we have one of those, and I love it. But the business has taken over our house, so. That's why the studio needs to get built. Because I think what's going to happen, actually, we were just talking about this. If I start doing these workshops, I think what we're going to do is we're going to put my sewing out in the second floor of the workshop. And that way, look how cute that is. Oh my goodness gracious. Adorable. It reminds me of like Britney Spears and Paris Hilton in the 90s. All right, now we're gonna do our interior. Okay, so we have our interior. Oh, I'm throwing it. Interior pieces. Interior pocket, interior gusset. I'm not a crazy pink fan, but I do have a friend who loved Clueless and loved Legally Blonde when we were young, and I know she would freak about this bag. So now we're basically just doing the same thing except for the zipper area. Like I said, this hand-dyed fabric, we still have, I think, 3 kits from February that the pink meringue is in. And they were really pretty pastels. It was like a robin's egg blue, which I think I said was cloud, something cloud, is the robin's egg blue, and then this one is just like really pretty pastel pinks, and then some of the dye split to have a little bit of purple, which was cool. All right, so I'm just going to position this like so, and we're gonna top stitch this baby down. I'm just eyeballing it, you guys, but as long as, I feel like as long as you're like an inch from here and an inch from here, you're good. And I put fusible fleece to make this pocket a little bit puffy. yeah, black and pink for the win. It's, you can't go wrong. Totally. Totally cannot go wrong. I do highly recommend giving this pattern a try. It's, like I said, it's a quick throw it together. It turns out real nice. I know April just made one with some fabric of ours. Okay, well, what are we doing now? Oh, seam allowance. 3/8 and a half. Okay. I didn't clip my corner here because the concertine is a little bit easier to manipulate around a turn. Concertine is what a lot of your designer bags will use as a lining as well. I love a dyed fabric lining. It makes me so happy. It's just like such a fun surprise. All right, so we're going to leave this open so we can turn it. Are there any other patterns that that's the other thing. I haven't even been really like paying attention to a lot of like stuff coming out. Are there any other patterns that just came out that everybody's excited about? I have the Pisces expansion. I have fabric that I want to make a Pisces with the flap over. But I printed out the instructions to the Pisces add-ons from Knotted Thread Co. And I was like, oh, that's a lot. And when you're overwhelmed, that was a little too much for me. So I need to get to a place where my brain can handle more. I had posted last night in the So Whatever group about the Ditto projector. And I need to join whatever group it is that, so this closed, Jenna, talks about projectors. Because I have a bunch of apparel patterns and fabric now that I want to make, and I would love to do those more, like do lives with some of that stuff, but cutting it out is, I don't have a good place to cut it out, and printing all that paper just like kills me. So I'd like to get a projector, but I don't want to spend like crazy money. Why I saw that the Ditto is also on Amazon for the price that it was supposed to be in the store at Joann's, but I'm getting like mixed things. Does anybody know if you have to have a subscription to it to use your own patterns? Because there's things that I see that say you do need a subscription to use your own patterns, and then there's other ones that say you don't need a subscription to use your own patterns. Because that kind of defeats the purpose if I have to have a subscription. All right, so now, oh, it's so cute. Now we're going to take this, right, and stick it inside this, right, yep. And we're gonna line things up. This one's lining up perfectly, just like my other one. The first one I did, I was like, sometimes it's rare sometimes to have a bag that lines up like just right. And this is the second one that it's just lining up perfect. And Siah's instructions are really easy to follow. So that's also, like, this is definitely a great beginner bag for someone. Doesn't necessarily need a whole lot of hardware. So that's nice. That makes it a good one to sell at a market too. Make sure my zipper's out of the way there. Okay. start here, I think. This is the only like tricky part, is especially if you're using vinyl. Like my first one I did vinyl, so there's a lot of squishing going on. And then what is the seam allowance? I think it's the 3/8 again. Yep. All right, here we go. Okay. Let's see if I can pull this. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it. I'm going to rip things. So I'm going to take out some of my stitches. With Joann's going out of business, will there still be support for it? I looked into it and didn't think it would be easy to use with patterns that are not clothing. Yeah, I wanted it primarily for my like clothing patterns, so I was okay with that. It looks like Singer, from what I could find, it looks like Singer and other companies have been selling it as well. So it's not, I feel like it'll probably go on. I mean, obviously, nobody knows for sure. But if, like I said, if they were selling it for $200 and I didn't have to get a subscription to be able to use my own patterns, I was like, that's, to me, it was kind of worth it. But like I said, it's, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But from what I could find, it's not just connected to Joann. And Lauren from More Me Now has one and doesn't use it. only uses the pattern weights, and she got it when it first came out. Yeah, I knew she had got it, and I think I had saw her video when she first got it. I wasn't sure if she still used it. If she used it only, and like I said, I was only planning on using it for apparel for now, because that's really kind of what I needed it for. But I should join a group and see. Once we have the building up, I was being impatient, if I'm honest. I want to be able to sew the apparel stuff now that I want to make. And I don't want the hassle of having to like lay it out on my floor, all of that. So, all right, let's tuck this baby in here and see what she looked like before we close her up. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my goodness. It's perfect. Oh my gosh. And that's so pretty and pink inside. You guys, adorable. I'll probably take a steamer to this, you know, or my hair dryer, just to like get some of the wrinkles out from making it. But so cute. All right, let me close this bottom up first before we get too far. So before we top stitch around the edge. Okay. Does anybody have a projector that's a different projector that they really like? I just feel like there's so many different ways to do it. And in this room, I just don't have the ceiling height. So I know if I wanted it in here, it would have to be like one of those short throw projectors. All right, so now we're gonna top stitch. Let me move my stuff here. Okay. go. Oh, she's a pretty girl. She is a pretty girl. If I throw a blow dryer on there, we'll get all those wrinkles out. Pull my threads through here. Come on. Come through here, baby. There we go. There she is. Getting too dark in here, you guys. The shadows are playing with the eyeballs. Those Nana eyes. All right. There we go. All right, now we see how she closes up. Oh, she's gonna be so cute. Gonna be so cute. Let's tuck that guy in there. I have a matte black end too, so oh my goodness. All right, let me grab the chain. Come on, girlfriend. There we go. There we go. Oh my gosh. She's so cute, you guys. Look at her. Oh. Like I said, I'm going to put a blow dryer to her to get some of like the seams to push out better. But adorable. Very Elle Woods. It's very Elle. It's very Elle. Oh. And I'm gonna start putting my bags up on the shop. So if anybody wants them, they'll be able to get them. But there's our inside. Nice little place for your phone. The hand-dyed fabric just levels it up so much. Yeah, I have to get the strap end on there, but take some, I'm going to take the iron to it or steam it, but all those wrinkles will come out once. It's just been very manipulated to get her under the machine. But the tag is so perfect. Like I said, we do have the tags. I have some still available in the shop. And we will be reordering them once we sell out. So make your AnnaBelle, you guys. It doesn't take long. Like I said, all I did was I cut everything, interfaced everything before we got on. It's such a fun, quick sew. Siah, you outdid yourself, and it's completely on trend. The 90s are back, you guys. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me for our sew live. I know it was late for a Sunday, and I normally don't do that. But, you know, family first and self-care first. And that's, I mean, when I originally started this channel, that is definitely something that I talked a lot about. And, you know, it's kind of proof that you can get so caught up in stuff that you forget about doing that for yourself. So make sure that you take care of yourself. Make sure you make time for the things you love. And have a great one tonight. Have a great week, okay? Nikki, thanks for joining me. Thanks, everybody, for joining me tonight. I'll talk to you all real soon.